Hi everyone, welcome. It's Farnoosh, and I'm excited to show you how to leave a review on iTunes for my podcast. And the reason I'm doing this is because many of you have kindly come up to me or emailed me and said that you've tried to write a review on iTunes, but it's been a little confusing. You haven't been able to figure out how to do it, and I feel you. It's kind of complicated. It's not so simple. So first things first, you want to open up your iTunes store. And here we are. We're in the iTunes store. We've got Sam Smith, Beck, The Grammy Effect, all the different music. But we want to go to the podcast section of the iTunes store. So on the right, you're going to see where it says music and then a drop down. And then a drop down arrow. So it's going to pop up and it'll ask you if you want to go to music or movies or TV shows. Click on podcasts. And now you're in the podcast store. So how do you find me now? Where am I? Well, really easy. Just go to the search bar and type in So Money. And here I am on the left. Click on So Money. And here's my iTunes page for my podcast. Now, to leave a review, this is the section where it says So Money with Farnoosh Torabi. Details, ratings and reviews, related. Click on ratings and reviews. Then click on write a review. And here you put in the title, you put in your rating, and then you write your review, and then you click submit, and then you're done. Now, what's confusing, I think, is that in order to leave a review, you have to be in the iTunes store. You can't be just using your web browser and going to iTunes from your web browser. You have to actually use the application on your laptop by clicking on iTunes in your docket, opening up the store. And that is where you can actually leave the review. If you were to just go onto the So Money website on iTunes through Google, it's going to take you to a preview page, and it typically doesn't allow you to write a rating or a review. So that's where I think some people got stuck. And it's tricky. I wish iTunes made it a little more seamless, but this is how you do it. And one other thing that I would mention is that once you leave a review, you still might be confused because you're not seeing it pop up in the review section right away. So the reality is that iTunes takes about 24 to 48 hours, maybe even longer sometimes, to publish new reviews, to refresh the page. So that's also frustrating. But I trust that if you did it, it will pop up in the near future. And so I just want to say thank you to those who have written reviews. You've helped me immensely. And for those of you who will hopefully write me a review in the future, just know that this is the most powerful way to keep this podcast from falling into obscurity in iTunes. iTunes is a very huge abyss, and if you don't have reviews, if you don't have people downloading, you're basically dead to iTunes. So this is really important, and if people want to know how to help me, the easiest way is to come to iTunes and leave a review. Thanks, everyone.